Hey everyone, welcome to the video. Appreciate you checking out the channel. Posting a Cabrakan jungle guide for anyone that wants to give it a try. Going into the no boots world, I know that he's being put into the S+ tier, so I'm sure you'll see him get banned out quite a bit just based on that tier list alone, but if he makes it through and you have a chance to pick him up and try him in the jungle, this might help you out. In terms of build and itemizations, it's not really going to change much for him. Everything that we're going to be doing here, I wouldn't change up just because I'm not going to be building boots on him. So I don't see why this wouldn't still help you out, even if this is a post no boots in a few days here. So starting off with, I've tried a few different things: Conduit Gem, Boomba Spear, Eye of the Jungle. I definitely don't like Spear. Eye of the Jungle or Conduit Gem is what you want to do. Conduit Gem, you're definitely slow to start, and so that's a risk you're going to take on. So unless you have a strong early game team to kind of back up your slow play to start, I probably wouldn't do that. But if you look at my channel, you'll see an Archmage's Gem video of me basically, building Archmage's Gem in the jungle with him, and it's totally ridiculous as far as the damage that you can do. So it's worth a try. Just know that your mana management is going to be pretty piss poor for probably through until you get the first item, through until you got Chronos up. I do start Chronos Pennant. I know there's a lot of people that just kind of build damage on them and don't worry about the cooldown, but I find one, Cabrakan's a total mana hog, and two, having cooldown on him just feels really nice. Starting off with here, Wukong got Nike really low on that first wave, and I don't normally gank solo lane, but I figured this was a guaranteed kill, and when Nike jumped, obviously she was dead at that point. It's a risk ganking solo, and then you leave your mid and your dual lane just kind of wide open. So it's a risk, but if you have a good solo laner, getting that initial gank on them should just make it that they dominate the lane. It's very hard to come back from a gank that we just pulled off there. Speeding up the time here so you guys can just still watch my pathing and my farming and kind of what I'm doing, but not have to sit through and watch me do the whole thing. Play by play, after all, this isn't a stream. So just kind of watching the match here. Now, Circuit was over in the right dual lane, which is partially that solo lane gank that we pulled off. We weren't able to get over there. If you're in that situation, the best thing to do is just to steal their farm, and that's pretty much what you're going to get. Hopefully totems up and you can get that for your team. But don't worry about heading over to duo because you're never going to get there. And so do what you can to stop their farm and help yourself out a little bit here. Boots, as far as what we're going to end up completing here, at least for the next few days, will be cooldown boots. I believe that just because he needs the mana, and again, I am personally someone that wants cooldown on Cabrakan early. I build his 1 as well when he's in the jungle. If you're support, you'd want to build his 2. But as jungle, I build this 1 because that's your main ability, and it lowers the cooldown on it, which is really the reason that we're doing it, is to get that cooldown lower. This is a misplay by me, as you can see. I thought Circuit ulted me here. She didn't even do that. It was just, I thought I'd get the stun off on her, and I missed the stun, so then she gets to do all that. If we hit that stun, she dies. But I miss it, and so we die. And that was the risk we took. It was just a misplay. But if we hit that stun, she definitely dies. So now I got my boots. Now, in the post-no boots world, you'll just build Chronos first. And start Chronos rather than start boots. So if you're watching this in the post-no boots world in a few days, just build Chronos first. That could have been 2 kills if we caught his dash, which is really hard to do as Cabrakan. Chiron's one of those people that, as a Cabrakan jungle, you definitely can kill. But, he can dash through you, and then so unless you can catch his 1, or you catch him right before his dash and you can stun him out of it, that's really the only way that you're going to get those kills, since we blew our ult on confirming that Fafnir kill, which I think is the right call there. Don't forget to throw out your ward as a jungle. Too many times, even in Masters, I'll see jungles that have 0 wards placed, which obviously is completely absurd, but I've seen it. Oops.
ward left. Oops. Enemies in the left jungle.
Wukong's not in lane. Those minions are just going to go to waste. It's not that we're stealing his farm. It's his minions are going to get to tower, and it's just going to be a huge waste. I ulted Nike there, in case her jump was down. It wasn't, so that was just a stupid play. It ends up working out in terms of me being over here and doing some damage to her and catching her out, but still wasn't the best idea.
No problem. Bye.
Wukong goes to invade the blue. I wish he would have called that. I didn't realize that's what he was going to go for. I should have known that, just based on how far ahead he was. We do end up following up on it, which is nice. We do get some kills here, so it does work out, but it could have not gone this way. Fafnir, we probably could have killed here, honestly, if I don't go after Merlin, but here's the thing. Fafnir's level 5, Merlin's level 9. I have my ult up. If I could have caught him, that's a way better target for us to kill. So, in terms of us getting the kill on Fafnir, could we have done that? Yes, I think we could have if I'd gone that way. I just went for what I thought was a better target in terms of, you know, getting the kill. If I didn't have my ult up, I probably would have just gone to Fafnir. Try the sped up music.
Nice. Okay.
We got our Chronos up. Now our gank potential is very high.
Ultimate is ready. Ultimate is ready.
Let's see here. I try to catch Kyron because here's the problem. If he sees me and then he dashes, he's gone. So I just miss him off the edge of the ult, but he dies anyways. But I didn't know if his dash was up, and if he sees me and dashes, he's gone. So, because my blink is down at this point. If I'd blink up, I wouldn't have worried about it so much. Because I could have just blinked and caught him, but my blink was down, so I wanted to try to catch him early with that ult. And I wasn't really coming at him from an angle that I'm, you know, behind him. Fafnir's ult can be great, but it's also just kind of, you know, exposes him to this. Unfortunately, Rama body blocks me, and he dies for it. Just unfortunate, really. He did not need to die there. But things happen. Karen catches that buff steal, which is irritating for sure. I should have saved my one to try to secure it, but I mean, either way, it's a 50-50 shot there. I thought about helping Wukong, but then I was like, well, I think he's dead no matter what. So that was a decision he made, and he was gonna have to live with it. The worst thing I could do is try to help him. He dies and I die. He's dead, so we're catching his minions here. Nike's an amazing counter into Cabrakan. And if you have to land against Cabrakan in solo lane, I do highly suggest you pick Nike. I've posted a video of it, if you want to check it out, just showing how Nike can mess with Cabrakan pretty hard. You see it a little bit in this video. She doesn't do like the best job of it, but I mean, I'm not laning against her, so by the time I start fighting her regularly, I just do too much damage to her that there wasn't much that she was going to be able to do about it at that point. So again, Cabrakan's a mana hog. I go to Hootie next item. You could go any number of things. Whether it's Spear of Desolation, Polynomicon, Soul Gem.
Ultimate is ready.
But I just have such an issue with his mana, with his Tremors, that I think going right to Hootie is nice, because then I don't really have to have any kind of mana management at that point. I can just kind of play the game.
On my way. An ally has fallen.
This Fafnir was an annoyance all game. I barely get caught there by Merlin, which stops my early blink, so I gotta blink in a tower. You see, that was just a great play by Fafnir. I should have been able to kill Chiron and get out easily there. But he got that pretty clutch stun, and we died for it. Arma cleans up a little bit for us. It's nice having a competent team.
What fury! Killing spree! Sorry.
You could also go Charon's coin if you wanted to, just because it's so much cheaper, and they did just recently buff it. I don't find that Cabrakan needs the pen, and obviously he doesn't need the movement speed. Once you get to endgame, you're just going to be looking to one-shot squishies, and so, you know, if you're on a tank, it's just because there's nothing else around, and he does so much damage regardless. The pens feels wasted, and we're going to have Tahuti with 10% pen anyways. So is that extra 10% going to confirm the kills for us? Probably not. If you're on a character that needs the movement speed, you know, Charon's coin's a different choice at that point.
It's a trap.
Okay.
It's okay to disengage sometimes. Just because we made a time commitment doesn't mean we have to follow up.
Going for jungle buff.
Far worse to force it. Wukong forced it once or twice in this game and died for it. And it's okay to just back off. So now we got Tahuti up. Now we're like in like major kill territory. At this point in the game, you're an insane threat to their team. If you haven't gotten snowballed against, and you've made it like this far, either evenly or ahead, there's a really good chance that you're going to win this game. Because if you get to late game with Cabrakan building damage, it's like one of the scariest things in the game. It just gets to that point where there's just no peel. I mean, in the world that's going to stop you, because you just kill too quickly. There was a lot of minions around right there with Merlin, and I didn't want to hit a minion with my one, and then basically he gets away, so I just went right to my tremors. Circuit jumping back in here was suicide.
Even in numbers, they are no match. Double kill.
I think she wanted to help try to get Nike out, or just go for the kills. I'm not sure what she was thinking there. Since even though we have no lifesteal, kill minions fast enough, we can go ahead and farm those out. So order items. I go Polynomicon after I have Tahuti. At this point we have a lot of power. I don't like building Polynomicon until I have a good amount of power in my build. Not that you couldn't build it earlier, because it does give 300 mana, which is quite nice for him. This is just my preference. Merlin dash there, he's dead every day of the week right there. There's no way he doesn't die.
What fury! Killing spree!
Attack middle lane.
Went FG here, we've got their lanes pushed out, they're dead. If FG was up, we could have gone and done FG right now, but we never did this minion, so now we're stuck doing it now. So, but you definitely want to get that cleared out once you've got a nice lead. You can always clear it early just for the buffs, but the only risk you run there is if your team does lose, or does, lose a team fight at this point in the game, then they get, a free FG.
Be right back. Take this jungle buff.
Which is what we would have had if we had cleared that earlier. So, it was just a risk we didn't take.
Ultimate is ready. On my way. Okay. I am the
Some of the voice packs are pretty funny in 2 times. Here we're kind of setting up an FG situation, so their support's kind of out in the open. If we can get Fafnir to blow a bunch of stuff, then when we go to do FG, he's not going to have it. So he's not going to have his ult for quite a long time. That frees us up to go ahead and push lane and start working our way towards FG. A Fafnir that doesn't have his ult in this level of the game is not too much of a threat. That's the one reason I don't like Fafnir. I know he's been playing in the SBL a whole bunch, but I don't like him. Another misplay by me. Chiron dies there if I don't basic attack. He Aegis'd and I was just basic attacking, kind of like an idiot. I should have just stood there and body blocked him, and then once his Aegis was up, we could have killed him. But I decided to basic attack and break my own wall.
Nice aim. They don't even know what hit that.
I'll attack. I'll attack. I'll attack.
Next item we're building after playing Omicron is going to be Spear of Desolation. With Cabrakan's low cooldowns, you know, especially with this ult, you can get multiple ults off in a team fight with Spear of Desolation for sure. Or even double stuns, and you know, with his one, it's a non-diminishing return stun. So, you know, if you kill somebody and have used your one, it'll be off cooldown right away, and then, you know, or even if you get an assist, then you can stun the same target twice with a non-diminishing return stun. There's a lot of ways that you can go in terms of building Cabrakan jungle. You know, do you go Spear of Magus here? Would be another great option. I think you definitely want to stick to Flat Pen. You know, just because again you're going to be going on squishies, so I wouldn't worry about percent pen items. But I would say any flat pen item would work out great. Or even if you want to build a little bit of defense here, you know, if you want to go mantle or something to that effect, you definitely could. I feel it's not necessary. But if you're having an issue getting focused by the enemy team, which is what they should be doing, you know, then go ahead and build mantle so you're a little bit tankier. I personally like just to kind of hang out and just not really, you know, come in a little bit late to the fights, or, you know, coming from a different angle, because I'm such a death threat to their squishies and I can kill them so quickly that I don't really feel the need to like get in that fight right away most of the time. Even with his 2, with his passive on the defense, I find when I play him that that's plenty to stay alive with. I ulted Fafnir here because he was going to have to burn his jump if he was going to get out. And then we would just kill him once his jump was done. Wukong zoning here, so I just went on the Phoenix. If Wukong wasn't zoning, I wouldn't have even had basic the Phoenix. I would have just gone and zoned them out, buy my team some room.
Attack middle lane. Yes.
Don't be stupid and push Titan too early. Even if you have a big lead, if you have FG, just clear the towers, recall, reset, spend your gold. If we push in and all die, and just give them a bunch of free gold and let them go and free farm, we're going to be in a way worse position. If we're just patient and just take it slowly, at this point we have such a lead, it's near impossible for them to catch up, especially with me being at full build. I'm going to be able to just do whatever I want. You don't have to upgrade Eye of the Jungle into Protector of the Jungle. If you want to sell it and go for some other kind of item, you definitely could. You see me kind of hesitate a little bit earlier and kind of look, do I want to sell this? Like what do I want? You know what I mean? Like if there's something you feel that you need, go ahead and don't even upgrade your starter.
An enemy has
They are kind of sucks. We would have gotten that kill earlier on Nike, but Ganesh's pillar blocked us, so that was unfortunate. But she died anyways. So I should have stayed grouped with the team here. I figured they had one dead. Fafnir's only level 14. They don't need me in the mid, so I went and got minions so we could take out that Phoenix quicker. I should have stayed with the team here, but that was the decision we made at the time.
down. When will they learn? Who will not? Their rampage has ended.
I just wanted to commit and kill someone here. I could have just fall back probably and
Too easy. No? Two axes,
lived, but
kills.
I don't know, we had an opportunity to get a kill. They were distracted. I just went for it. Wukong has some nice follow-up here.
It's a trap.
Again, luckily, we got him ahead early in the game, and he was able to take advantage of that, which was pretty nice. The worst is if you do make that decision to gank solo, and then your solo laner is not that good, and they can't use that advantage, and they end up getting behind anyways. And then duo and mid suffers, and then the game is lost. But this Wukong was good, so it was the right decision in this particular match. I thought about going to get Sirket since she was alone, but decided to just stick with people. You see how just quick we just murder Nike there. You know, I don't have any pen, doesn't really matter, other than a little bit of flat pen and 10% from Tahuti. Always, if you are facing Nike, try to save your 2 against her for when she does her little shield. That's the only way you can get through it. Because if you start your tremors, she'll just push you out of tremors, and she obviously can block you from doing your 1. See there how quickly I'm killing people at this point. There's just... Even if we didn't have FG, we'd be killing pretty much that quickly, but... See, it's just unstoppable. I imagine at some point, maybe if Cabrakan becomes really strong when the no boots comes out, that they will nerf his scaling on his abilities, or nerf the damage on them. I can definitely see that happening. I don't even know how she just died instantly there, to be honest with you. I mean, I just instantly killed her. Get robbed of killing Merlin there, but that's okay. That's it. I mean, that's the end. We got full build. There wasn't going to be no stopping us. Broken is his nickname for a reason. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this gives you a little bit of insight into just how I play Cabrakan, and I think now and in the foreseeable future he will stay very strong. So check out this build. You got some questions, throw them in comments. Be glad to help you guys out.